Nothing? Is that what you're gonna do? Come on. Huh, it's got the same color schematic as General Atomics. Sorry for the other stream.
Hey.
Oh. When you aim for the torso. Up we go. Okay, I found the biggest PU sulfur yttrium, and if you're a chemist, you can figure it out. I'm not gonna say the word, but I just found the biggest sad waste of humanity ever. It puts like almost anti-vaxxers to shame, and just almost as bad as PETA. This hacker, if you know Titanfall, had the audacity to shut down the entire series. Because of this, I'm scared for Apex Legends. I'm scared that he could jeopardize it. Imagine being so much of a dick that you have to jeopardize the health of an entire server frame. Just imagine having such a crappy life. Man, if I were like that, I would just burn my PlayStation if I had to sad life like that. Come on, ding.
That's it. Got it.
And it's 51. I would like reset and leave the game. However, that's, you know, I don't have 51. I'm sure, wait, I think you push both these buttons, then you can unlock this. Yep, there it is. Wait. What? Oh, it's a glitch, isn't it? Let me see. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, it's a full set of XO1. Oh my god. Yep, it's full set of XO1 power armor. And I like that. The lights glow up. So badass. Oh my god, I love power armor. Even though I don't use it. Oh, and yeah, we're at 44 fusion cores. I did not notice that. They're on top of here. You cowards. Come down and fight me.
This is gonna be fun.
Oh, this is not gonna be fun. Yeah, the moment you see I'm in XO1, you're running. Yeah. Wow, that's a sad waste of humanity. The moment they know that they can't kill someone, they cower in fear. That's what raiders are. They're just bullies. They pick on the weak and run from the strong. You could argue that's like for anyone else. But specifically for the raiders, they're just...
Hey.
Wow.
Grab anything useful.
Kill innocent survivors of the nuclear war. Oh, that's the Nuka-Cola trigger. Ooh.
Calling all Silver Shroud fans. I got an urgent mission. If you're a true fan, stop by the Memory Den and to talk to Kent Conley.
The tragic fall of Titanfall. A community ignored.
Personally, I go with Sparkle. It cleans everyday messes, and it won't clean out your wallet.
Add to cart. Amazing.
Amazingly affordable.
You got that right.
Alright, today I want to tell you a story. It's a sad story. It's a long story, and it's a story that probably doesn't relate to hardly anyone actually watching. It's so old and as long as sunlight, but it's a story that
Oh, start by making weird sounds like Courage the Clog, but like, this is XO1. This is the best and rarest power armor in the game. It is somewhat hard to get a hard set if you explore everywhere at a single place. Yeah, that's why I've been avoiding Southeast Boston. What should I tack on? I really want Armor 4. We got 9 levels to go, though. Wait, is there a Heavy Gunner's perk? Okay, yeah, I'm gonna start sneaking in the heavy... Okay, I have a build for the future. Fusion core. My god, this thing is awesome.
so here we are. The story is about Titanfall, the skyscraper that was ruined for years by hackers and exploits to such an extreme degree it has become completely unplayable. Now, to put this in perspective, the word unplayable is often misused. Sometimes if a game has balancing issues, players, myself included, will Titanfall is extreme that it has become unplayable or is completely broken. That's obviously not a true statement by itself. Frustration, whether it's temporary server instability, crashes, or simply game balancing decisions, leads to a projection that the title is completely unplayable. More often than not, these issues actually get fixed. The servers are adjusted, the balancing is tweaked, there is content added, moved, or modified in some way, and a game that was fully playable, but damaged, becomes more stable. Sadly, this is not true for Titanfall, and when using the word unplayable, one must realize that it would be, has been, and still will be in the future, completely accurate when used in reference to this game, which really is a sad thing to say. Here's a bit of framing. Titanfall as a franchise is basically like Napoleon Dynamite, for a better example. It's a cult classic, if you will, in much the same way Napoleon Dynamite was able to conquer completely unsuspected and some would say...
Yeah, I hear Titanfall's a really good game.
Titanfall was able to attract a group of people who really, truly love and still love the game, and recognize That's the qualities that made it great.
I'm not gonna do this. I'd rather do an Armor 4.
I love Titanfall 2, and I can easily see why some people would have remained active in the original community, well and truly after its initial launch window. To go even further, Titanfall 2 actually just hit very recently, I might add, its all-time current player count on Steam. Almost 5 years after the initial launch window, Titanfall 2 was able to crack 27,000 current players, which was over twice the amount seen when it was first brought to the store. That was largely due to the free weekend offering, but still, that's uncommon and speaks to the enduring appeal of the Titanfall franchise. However, that same level of success, or shall I say delayed and renewed interest and dedicated fandom, was not seen in the original title, which came to Steam around 6 months later. If we look at the original Titanfall, the deluxe edition, at least, seeing as that's the only metric available via Steam charts, which is what I typically use, we can see a player count of 5. That's basically nothing, and I wouldn't blame anyone for wondering why on earth I care to make a video when so few people even play this game anymore at all. The answer is pretty simple. No one is playing because no one can play. And I don't just mean the issues of stagnant matchmaking or lapses in content and interest with the player base. I mean that hackers, or more precisely what appears to be one specific hacker, we think, perhaps aided by a couple of others, not sure, have infiltrated the system and are using bots who have not even purchased the actual game itself, to fill up the servers and make it impossible for real players to even log in. The worst part, this isn't even a new problem, and it's been happening for years. Titanfall is not a game that died out as a result of organic decline. It is a game that was killed, flat out, while an untold number of people tried desperately to log in, day in and day out, pleading with Respawn and EA to fix the issues, but they were abandoned. Here's where things get a whole lot more technical, and I have to rely on the analysis and expertise of some long-standing fans in the Titanfall community, because I myself am not really an expert on this type of issue, and the breakdown you see here, right on the screen right now, is more thorough and comprehensive than I could ever be. Effectively, a vulnerability in the Titanfall infrastructure lets a hacker, or hacking collective maybe, spam the servers with bot requests, which then make it impossible for actual players to log in. I was able to find an actual YouTube video of this, in effect, from 2019, where a creator named Jerdude, I believe, was trying to play Titanfall on PC, and simply couldn't get in. He later switched to Xbox and then played fine, but this was first-hand evidence, not just Reddit threads or claims from the archives, from almost 2 years ago, that the game was rendered unplayable, completely unplayable by this exploit. That's not even the only problem here, but it's easily the most severe, at least from what I can tell. In February of 2019, the Titanfall community got some press, at least, when it was reported by a number of different outlets that there was a single hacker preventing the game's community from finishing games. That's not as bad as being unable to log in at all, but it's still an incredibly damaging thing to allow your community to endure, especially when it continues for years. The Titanfall user who most recently documented all of these issues, known most commonly as Mom, was able to gain access to his server after a force join input command, and even went so far as to gather bot names and gamer tags. These have since changed, but it's an exceptionally detailed post, well worth the read, so I'll link it down below in the description. When trying to play the game, even if you can get past the title screen, which takes a number of steps and is not possible for most players out there without a decent amount of research, effort, and know-how, expertise really, you can't play a match because bots who do not even own a license for the game enter the lobby, exist in a perpetual state, I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, you can read it yourself, exist in a perpetual state of connecting, which ensures that the player threshold to actually start the game
That is so dumb.
is never met.
I'd like to trade some items.
No one
Seems to be growing well.
can play. To make things even more tragic, these bots are often modeled after real members of the Titanfall community who simply want to play the game that they love. Some of the bot names include racial slurs and other insults. The motive here is pretty obvious. Disrupt the people who want to play. Taunt them, in a lot of cases, by name.
That is horrible.
It appears this hacker or collective, whoever or whatever they may be, has very specific animosity for certain players, and completely destroy the PC version of Titanfall, rendering it a literal dead purchase on Steam. As if it could get any more intense here, there is a final stage of the process by which players are prevented from entering the game. If someone does find the game access to a playlist match, despite the army of bots controlling the servers, they will quickly be met with an error notice, which is a manual indication that the parties responsible for making the game unplayable intervened and caused the real players to be kicked by flooding the game with commands that then result in an automated process to prevent continued overflow, I believe is the technical term, which kicks the real players, since the bots never even actually connect to the match or the lobby and don't even own the game, though again it's incredible to me that such a thing is even possible, which finally means that the The players who bought this title on Steam cannot play, and even if by some miracle they can, they get manually, purposely thrown out, and it's been happening for years. This is a product being sold by EA and Respawn, which cannot actually be played. The game even went on sale recently, which enticed more and more people to buy it, many of which were unaware of these issues, only to be faced with a title screen that they can't get past. And even if they did, which they won't and effectively can't, they would still get shut down manually. These attack vectors have evolved with time, and in some instances make the real players, not the bots, experience a ping rise to a value of 999 before the inevitable timeout/disconnect. Players who bought this title in the past 3 years were purchasing the ability to look at the main menu. That's it. And when we think of modern digital video game sales, Titanfall should serve as a striking example.
Fixer Upper Welcome Home is back. What do you say?
I love it.
Are you ready to check out
Huh.
your Fixer Upper Welcome Home? Stream now on Discovery Plus.
Huh.
Example of just how meaningless money actually is. When you buy a game online, especially a multiplayer or always online digital copy, you are not actually buying the game itself. You are buying a revocable, temporary, and fleetingly unpredictable individual license for the game, which then hinges on between 2, at minimum, and 7, usually the upper cap, third-party middlemen. For Titanfall, if you are buying the temporary ability to access the servers, that relies on your Steam account being in good standing, or otherwise accessible to you, which is not always the case. It relies on EA and Respawn having the servers online. It relies on your ISP and a stable connection. Plus, and this part is admittedly not intentional here, but it's really hard, it relies on the benevolence of hackers who do not make the game entirely unplayable for 3 full years while EA and Respawn ignore the criminal cries for help. That's 4 separate parties that need to be in sync and 4 separate things that could easily go wrong. Steam goes down, no game. EA and Respawn lapse with their servers, or worse yet, decide not enough money, we're taking them offline permanently, no game. Your internet has any issues at all, no game. And if all that is still fine, who cares, because you still can't play Titanfall, since there is an exploit to lock out the entire player base for years, and it just hasn't been fixed. Here's the real meat of the conversation. EA is intentionally selling an unusable product. It might be a dead horse, which I just keep kicking and kicking, but this issue has existed for literal years, which means they have...
Yeah, they both are our fault. Okay, whoever actually is thinking it's funny to hack and literally ruin the tire base, you're such a prick, honestly. And I don't like saying those words on my channel, but you're honestly an asshole. You don't have any life whatsoever. You do not have any job whatsoever doing. I hate the Robo Brain Op head, but it's like really, really powerful. Behind you.
Hey, see if she had anything. Check it out. See if there's anything there.
Getting tired yet?
Actually, not really.
community purchase something that they know is completely unplayable.
Heads up. Take anything good.
$20, thousands of times over, knowing that they won't be able to get into a match, knowing that the game was going on sale even, thereby spiking that number, the number of people who purchased it not knowing better, and worst of all, knowing that the community has been desperately trying to get these problems remedied or reach out or get some kind of acknowledgement since early 2019, and in some cases, even further back. As of April 6th, 2021, Respawn had finally acknowledged this issue with a single tweet, though it's actually unclear whether or not they were referencing the original game or something else entirely, which I'll address in just a second. Quote, "We're aware of ongoing DDoS attacks affecting Titanfall game. The Titanfall community to the Titanfall community. Help is coming ASAP." End quote. But as of May 14th, after a very brief respite from these issues, the servers have been refilled with bot accounts, players can no longer access the title on PC, and the hacker or group of hackers, whatever it is, who have turned this game into a ghost town, have expanded to DDoSing charity streams and Titanfall 2 streamers.
Wow. Dude, if I were a hacker and I was like malicious like this, I would at least have some mercy for like the people who like what? Freaking actually like I don't know. Attack!
Heads up.
We're under attack! I repeat, we're under attack!
Hey. Heads up. Head over there. Get him.
Load back, we accidentally killed a settler.
The hacker is often referred to by the moniker Jean Yu. I'm not really sure how to
Like
pronounce
Jean
that,
Poo.
to be honest, but they're referred to as Jean Yu is what I'll say in the remaining Titanfall Discord servers and Reddit threads, whatever is still active. Not much is, but no one seems to know who they are, if it's one or many people, or why they do this especially, and have continued to do this for years. It takes a high degree of technical skill, devotion especially, and creativity to do what they have done. And I, for one, am very curious to know why they have done it. At the end of the day, the largest and most immediate blame rests on EA and Respawn, who not only neglected and failed this community for so long, but also knowingly sold a dead product, which is akin to the snake oil salesman of old who put water in a bottle and called it a cure for syphilis. You can buy it, but it does nothing, and the person on the other end knows. Damn well what they are doing. Hopefully this problem can be fixed.
Let's see, Timefall, browse game. How many streams are there?
scientists John Yu to outsmart and outmaneuver both EA and Respawn at every single corner, it seems doubtful that a game this old with so little profit potential would become any sort of priority for a giant like EA. I hope it does, but I have doubts. That's it. The video probably won't do anything really, but on the off chance the hacker themselves see this, I would love to interview you, or chat further at least on why this is a project for you. I'm sure you know how to protect your identity well enough that we could chat and I would never know a single thing that you didn't want me to know, so I extend an official offer for an interview to you, if only to gain personal insight into what your motivations are. Overall, the tragedy of Titanfall is not a topic I expected to cover, but it's a topic that became more and more interesting and frankly sad the further I read. Hopefully there can be a positive outcome, though, again, it's been years. If you want to support, there are links down below, primarily Odyssey, which is a YouTube platform alternative that greatly rewards their creators. Also locals, $5 a month, ad-free versions of all the videos.
I have no idea what to call it. Give me a second. I don't know, it's just a treader, you know? That's treads. Tracks. It treads over them. Named it kind of after the Killdozer.
Format as well, because YouTube ad revenue is obviously not very reliable. Demonetization, copyright, whatever it is. There was another gaming YouTuber to check out.
Raid Garbage Legends. I've already bought this game. I cannot wait to get back into it.
So the game plays itself if you actually do nothing, because that's totally what you love about RPG video games. It can only really be compared with the biggest PC and console titles, which is a complete lie, but that's okay because you can literally compare.
As again, best RPG is this one right here. Look at it. Best RPG.
Definitely isn't a trashy mobile cash grab. It's really just as good as major PC and console games, for sure. I wouldn't lie about that for money. No way. In all seriousness, today I'm just gonna rip on Raid Shadow Legends because it's trash and the marketing for it is trash and it's annoying and I'm sick of seeing it, sick of being approached by it, sick of the emails and sick of the money being offered with the clear expectation that I will regurgitate this disgustingly awful sales pitch, which is full of lies by the way, for a game I absolutely despise, to trick my own audience into spending money. Pretty much anyone who watches YouTube should know what Raid is. It's a turn-based mobile game, and it's probably one of the most prolific YouTube sponsorships out there on the entire platform, with hundreds of channels reading off the exact same script, word for word, and being paid handsomely to do it. This is where I should probably clarify something. I really shouldn't attack my fellow creators for accepting these deals. I kind of want to, if we're being honest, but YouTube isn't exactly the
They're attacking some of them.
videos get demonetized, Papa is taking over, algorithmic bias is rampant. There's a really long list of issues, and for those of us who make this a full-time job,
Peek, peek.
because bills don't disappear and wait while you get demonetized. It's rather inhospitable right now, for lack of a better word. The money offered by Raid can be unnecessary for some creators. Because of that, you see the gaming section of YouTube absolutely overrun with different creators promoting the game. And not just that, but other massive areas of YouTube as well. I'm not kidding when I say this is probably
Head over
the
see if he had
largest
anything worth taking.
promoter in the entire arena right now. This isn't the first time I've talked about Raid.
Over here.
At this rate, it won't be the last. Previously, I did a segment about deceptive
Move
mobile
here.
advertising, which focused on a game called Dragon Awaken, which had flat out stolen footage from an entirely different game for its marketing material. But I also addressed the script I had been given for Raid and made it clear that their tactics were,
See if she had
to
anything.
put it delicately for right now, less than ideal. Well, despite the fact that I
Grab
have
anything
now
useful.
on more than one occasion disparaged Raid as a game, it appears to have gone under their radar because I continue to receive direct offers from Raid, and eventually when I partnered with a brand agency, then
Check it out.
switched to another brand
See if there's anything
agency,
there.
who I'm with now currently. Both of those
Take anything good.
agencies continued to send me pitches for Raid Shadow Legends, even
Grab
though
that.
I'm now told the newest
Get that.
agency twice
Pick that up.
that Raid is
Take
literally
that.
the one sponsorship
See if he had
I
anything
don't
worth
want to
taking.
even hear about because it's an automatic
Grab anything useful.
Basically,
Check it out.
Raid won't leave me
See if there's
alone,
anything
and I'm
there.
sure the same is true of countless other creators. So rather than just
Take anything good. Grab that.
The vast majority of
Get
people
that.
promoting this game quite
Pick that
clearly
up.
have not played it for themselves.
Hey, Mom. Man, I'm willing to shout out anybody on this channel who helps me with 3D printing technology, because I have a 3D printer and I don't know how to make it work.
Hey, see if he had anything worth taking. Grab anything useful. Check it out.
Glowing sea.
Originally, when I first found out about it, I had no knowledge of what the game was, and simply seeing their sponsorship pitch, I genuinely thought about accepting. Right now, I can make a little over $4,000. Other channels this size get way more somehow, beats me, but whatever. Excluding the brand agency cut for a 45-second promotion of
Jamaica?
My first impression was, wow, if it's really that good and they are offering this much money, yeah, sure, I could use that. But after seeing the rigid script that they give you and reading it in my head while wanting to actually vomit because it sounds so goddamn stupid, also realizing that they type the exact specific points in the
No.
I decided in my head I was just thinking, wow, that was obnoxious, but I really didn't think about it further than that. Well, after the offers were repeated time and time again, after I had said to numerous different raid emails, please don't contact me anymore, I respectfully declined offers, after I had blocked a couple other marketing firms who began ignoring my requests for them to please stop, and now having partnered with another company to manage the business side of email communication, telling them not raid multiple times, and still this parasitic game shows up in my inbox, I decided, fine, I'm gonna play this. What is it? Short answer, it's trash. It's absolute trash. It is without any doubt one of the most uninspired, greedy, trashy mobile games.
If anybody knows, there's this game made by EA on mobile. It's like a Star Wars game where you like have forces. It's almost like Rayce A Legends, but actually like, you know, good. It's better. Maze? I swear to God, Maze better be alive. Okay, good. Because if that cat dies, and then I find out whoever faction kills the cat, I'm going on a genocidal rage. Because, you know, why not? I'm going to explore more west of the Andrew Station, if there's no...
And on one side of the coin, it kind of sucks to pass up thousands of dollars for what really amounts to just a few hours of work and a 45-second integration, but on the other, this game is bad. They are lying to you flat out in their advertising, and I don't want that garbage anywhere near this channel because half the reason I was able to become a YouTuber at all in the first place directly relates to pro-consumer advocacy, and Raid is in diametric opposition of consumer value. For anyone that knows the fabled Torolf Jernstrom, or however you say his name, speech, called Hunting Whales, or Whale Hunting, or whatever it was, Raid is basically a perfect example of that very same attitude stretched across a now monstrously expanding web of social reach. To really break it down, I'll start with the gameplay. The gameplay and graphics are advertised as revolutionary, but in reality they are just a lateral move from other mobile games. They might be towards the higher end of the mobile game spectrum, I guess, but there is just nothing credible about their comparison to PC and console games. Really, it's just flat out wrong.
A military base. Let's go find out what it is.
Thrilling on more than one occasion. Don't get me wrong, that can be like Slay the Spire is amazing, and it's actually the subject of my next Indie Spotlight video for anyone that's curious, but that game has so much more depth than Raid ever could.
Thank you.
It's frankly staggering. Raid even went so far as to include a button for auto combat, turning it into an idle clicker game, which is apparently a whole genre in the mobile market, because that's great design.
Oh, it's a checkpoint. I think there's something good here. I forgot. There might be like an Assaultron or something in here. I genuinely do not know. Take the combat.
This message will repeat.
Finish him, please.
Heads up. See if she had anything. See if there's anything there. Take anything good. Grab that.
And is currently stocked with additional food, water, and ammunition.
Get that.
This safe house is for military personnel only. Citizens, including non-military family members, will be turned away from matters of national safety.
Pick that up. Take that.
This message will repeat.
See if she had anything. Grab anything useful. Check it out. See if there's anything there.
Is this a radio signal?
This is an emergency message to all Commonwealth Army soldiers. Emergency protocols 17 Echo Charlie 9er are in effect.
Sounds silly, but to be honest, you gotta make that protocol like that, because then that way the Chinese wouldn't know. Because, you know, in this universe, they were not saying like Chinese, like, as in like, what's it called, in our universe, but saying in their universe, they were really, really
Take that weapon.
dangerous.
Grab that. Take anything good. Get that.
Like, they were really scummy. And if you're Chinese watching this, don't think that it's all Chinese, because America in this game is really scummy too. There's companies in this game that literally experiment on people. Hell, almost America's probably even more scummier than China in this game. There's gotta be some good stuff in here. Ooh.
Look alive. Here. Take that.
This is an emergency message to all Commonwealth Army soldiers. Emergency protocols 17 Echo Charlie 9er are in effect. If you are in distress, please proceed to the South Boston Military Checkpoint for aid. Coordinates are available in your emergency handbook. This checkpoint has been designated as a
This
safe house.
place was in an
in case of
Oxford
enemy
video. I
invasion,
forgot which one
and is
it was.
currently stocked with additional food, water, and ammunition. This safe house is for military personnel only. Citizens, including non-military family members, will be turned away for matters of national safety.
Man, such a big machine for a tiny serving. What was this? It was the wait, that's got a different name. I thought this thing made like a cup of joe or something. I don't know, but it's, yes, that's, you know, everything's big in USA, right? Including giant espresso make. Oh yeah, but that's what it was. Espresso makers. This SICILIAN. Sit. Whoa. Discharge. Where was that coming from? What? Is there someone attacking us? Ugh, sorry. Sure worked for me. So interesting to see. Oh. No.
Look alive. Grab that rifle.
I'll come back later and raid that when I have an empty inventory. But for now, let's move northwest. I hate those things. Oh, wait, it's a crater. I forgot about this. How many rads we'll pick up? I feel like there's a legend, really like another one. I'm being overran. I'm being overran. I'm being overran. I'm being overran. I got one. Come on. Yes, killed him. Disgusting pest. Be right back. I will be right back. Is this like labeled toxic water or something? I bet you these people didn't know about the radiation down here because of their lack of Geiger counters. This is another crater. Emptied. Gunners? Nope, these are raiders. Oh, that's a legendary. They're talking almost like gunners. Yeah, my treader's here. Why would you want... I mean, actually, why would you not want that? I just realized how that could be good. I mean, 2 shots better, but still.
The big gun. Bring it here.
Wait, were there 2 Raider legendaries? Actually, wait, I don't think so.
Hey, see if he had anything worth taking. See if he had anything worth taking. Grab anything useful. Check it out. See if there's anything there. Take anything good. Grab that. Get that. Pick that up. Take that. See if he had anything worth taking. Hey, get that rifle. Grab that gun over there.
Some more undiscovered locations over here. In fact, we're really close to Diamond City. Fallout 4 has the best map of any of the Fallout games, honestly. I know it's dumb for me to say that because I have no experience with other games, but I can just say it's better than Fallout 76. Like, look at this cityscape, though. That's a... Yep, I knew that was legendary. I knew that there was gonna be a legendary here. I don't really like that, but hey, another one for the collection, you know? What's this place called? It's like the Southern Boston Police Precinct 8, whatever. Boston Public Library. This place must be old. Man, I just keep forgetting that, you know, people once used to roam the streets, men, women, children. Now, just raiders, scavengers, and bandits. In worst case, mutants and high powerful robots. Oh, is Trinity Tower over here? Is that Trinity Tower? Oh, interesting. Looks like we're getting close to Swan Spawn.
Time to reel him in. Out here.
Hey, grab anything useful. Check it out. See if there's anything there. Take anything good. Grab that. Get that. Pick that up.
No, I just saw someone there. Oh, this corporation was mega scummy. Oh, it's gonna blow, it's gonna blow, it's gonna... Oh. Oh, my God, stop spamming me. Man, heat advisory. I know it's still warm in the blanket, but it's relatively cool in here. These guys are scummy MFs.
Here to learn about our movement? We're always glad to see a new face around.
No.
Tell us.
I'll be back, and you're not gonna want me to be back when I do return. Those idiots are right there are con artists. Doesn't look like it, but they are massive con artists. Green tech. Genetics. Play. Is it now? Light him up. Trip. Sturdy combat. No, you don't. I like how you just clears everyone out without a care in the world. There's
Heads up. See if
enemies
she
are
had
starting to get tougher.
Take that. See if she had anything. Grab anything useful. Check it out. See if there's anything there. Take anything good. Grab that. Get that. Pick that up. Take that. See if she had anything. Grab anything useful. Check it out. See if there's anything there. Take anything good. Grab that. Get that. Look alive.
Sturdy.
Pick that up.
That's good as hell. Man,
Take
Raiders
that.
are starting to
See if she had anything. Grab anything useful. Check it out. See if there's anything there. Take anything good. Grab that.
Really?
Look alive. Get that. Pick that up. Take that.
I believe anything is useful.
Hey. See if he had anything worth taking. See if he had anything worth taking. Grab anything useful. Check it out. See if there's anything there. Take anything good. Grab that. Get that. Pick that up.
Is that heavy? God, these guns weigh a lot. Man, he's got a really good modded out gun.
Heads up. Take that. See if he had anything worth taking. Grab anything useful. Check it out.
Just tread over him
See if
all.
there's anything there. Take anything good. Grab that. Get that. Pick that up.
Pretty sure this place is locked until a quest. I think we should do some quests. Actually, wait. That question maybe.
And then let them skip the game they should be playing and having fun with, because fantastic logic. But anyway, they have a button to make the already dull combat non-existent, because the game just plays itself. Now, I wouldn't care about this at all if the game was not advertised, and I quote, as one of the most ambitious RPG projects of 2019. And to go even deeper, that's not just what a few creators said about it, in their own words. That is from this right here, one of the previous briefings I was sent by Raid. Last time I touched on this subject, I blurred some info to make it not a direct attack on Raid. Truth be told, I want more sponsorships on this channel. I'm not actively trying to burn bridges, but I can't seem to get away from them, and they suck, so I've stopped caring. This very deliberate script leaves absolutely no room for a creator to be themselves. None. They tell you exactly how to compose the segment. Because of that, the blame is shifted from inaccurate representation of the product by a creator to self-serving, fully cognizant predatory advertising by a major mobile developer. Now, over time, it looks like they have learned a little bit, at least. It's slow. It's painfully obvious that they aren't very bright over there, but they have at least learned something, because the script got seemingly overhauled a little while ago for a bit more freedom given to the individual creators, to say a word here and there that wasn't dictated to them verbatim. Good job, Raid. Gold star. But with that in mind, I think it's even more important.
Whoa. Whoa. That is scary.
Where it will probably now fool a lot more people. Raid claims to have an amazing storyline, and again, most people promoting this game probably just use the stock footage and installed it for 20 seconds to get the rest of what they need. It's understandable, no shade, that's exactly what I would do too, but if you actually try to play this game for the story, it's a brutal disappointment. It makes no sense. It has no good cutscenes. It's just a trashy mobile game like any other, but this one flippantly claims amazing storyline. To go further, the game crashes constantly, and when it's not crashing the few times, because there was really, honestly, way too many crashes, it's in your face worse than almost any other game I have ever played in my entire life, with the pop-up ads and the money grubbing. It's constant. And referencing back to the
I hate the energy system. The only energy system I get, Actually, first I should explain. Energy system is like, you know, let's say you get like 10 energy. No, you get 100 energy, and if you do a quest, it consumes like 10 energy. And then, you know, when you run out of energy, you have to wait till the next day to play a game. That type of gameplay sucks ass. The only way out, the only, like, what's it called? The only exception to this is Crossout because, you know, like, it has a fuel system, but you can actually earn fuel in PvP fights, although those are, like, unfair.
A whaling speech where the CEO of a mobile game development company pointedly discussed how to manipulate free users into a cycle of detrimental spending. It is exactly that to the letter. Raid is one of the most installed games on the Google Play Store. That much is true. Gold star again, I guess. You have 2 gold stars now, Raid. But when you surf the reviews, it gets really, really hard to believe that these are legitimate. The positive feedback mostly seems to say, wow, so great, or beautiful graphics, or another variation on that kind of simplistic praise, which makes sense because one of the primary tactics now in mobile games is to offer a reward in the app for a 5-star review. I didn't see that exact pop-up in my own playtime, but I would wholeheartedly believe it's there. The much more interesting thing is that the negative reviews very often seem to have a common thread, which is pay to win. Raid is a gacha RPG to its very core, and it also has PvP as one of the primary advertised features. With its genre identity considered, the PvP...
This is how fast YouTube is with Brave. Notice
Yeah.
how there's no pre-roll ads? And here's how you can see how much time you save with Brave. Look, Chrome was great in 2000.
is blatantly and horrifically pay to win. This title is advertised as free-to-play, which is true, I guess, but it's not free-to-play in the same way as Path of Exile or Warframe are free-to-play. It's a kind of demented pseudo-free-to-play. Imagine if Warframe or Path of Exile had pretty much everything in the entire game barred behind loot boxes or loot packs of some kind. Path of Exile has very small cosmetic loot boxes, that's true, but that's just a tiny subset of cosmetics. In Warframe, the developers actually removed a randomized loot option because players were using it too much, and it conflicted with their values. There was a pet system for skins with random rewards, and they took it out. But for Raid, the mechanics of predatory randomized loot boxes are practically the entire game. Every time you go back to the home screen, half a dozen pop-ups brigade you with offers and promotions to help skip the
I hate when that happens.
legitimately good. And when we harken back to the anti-pay-to-win microtransaction legislation...
Fallout 4, let's see. We don't watch ads. Do you wanna know what? If I could watch an ad to get a nuclear quantum, I wouldn't. It's fun to grind, to work hard, to, you know, show off. Like, for example, you know, I can right now show off, hey, look at this robot. Like, look at this giant robot I just built. I found the resources to build him, and I built him.
Overrun the experience, and the game as a whole brings nothing unique or new to the genre it now seemingly dominates. This market domination is a function of one single factor. Raid pays boatloads of cash to influencers for advertising. Most of them accept out of basic necessity, or maybe lack of understanding for the industry. I don't know. There are numerous different factors. And again, I should clarify that it really isn't my place to attack the individuals who do promote this game, even though in some ways I kind of want to. But it is my place to attack the company for building a giant, uninspired cash grab that has been shoved in our faces time and time again for months, while blatantly lying and promoting false or misleading advertisements to rope in vulnerable players. This video probably closes certain doors for me. Brands don't typically want to be associated with someone who is willing to actually say when a product is bad. They don't want partnerships, they want subjugation from talking heads. Say this is good, get us sales, go, 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 don't ask questions, don't think for yourself. But personally, I can't operate that way. Not only would it destroy my credibility, since half my channel is based on criticizing anti-consumer practices, I quit very soon after. I want that $4,000 from Raid, and believe me, it's nothing compared to what they are giving most other creators who accept the deals. In the past, I accepted certain sponsorships, directing viewers into a predatory and psychologically manipulative feedback loop of advertising and paywalls. If anyone out there has good sponsors, I'm all ears. The email will be down below in the description. When it's a good product, I will give the most genuine praise and endorsement imaginable, I promise. But if it's a bad game or company or whatever, if it's crap, I'm not going to say it's good just for money, because that doesn't work out well for sellers. But that's it. If you want support, and this kind of extra support is what allows me to not care about these monetization issues, demonetization, whatever it is, all the COPPA stuff, or subject the videos...
Raid cutscene.
Very disturbing news out of Vernon Central High School.
Raid Shadow Legends. One of the most popular videos I've ever done on the entire channel was just me complaining about and ripping on this game. I had a variety of different complaints.
There should be like Marla Queen on part of this coast.
But the main issue I have with Raid is that it's just basically one big marketing push that relies on false claims and high budgets to brute force their product down the throats of gaming fans all over the world. Raid has a simple and unfortunately very effective model. Pay YouTubers and streamers boatloads of cash to pretend they enjoy the game and get their audience to try it out. This is something they do all across the platform with all different types of creators. It's gotten to a point where the game is itself a meme because of their persistence and the awful scripts. The obviously false intentions behind the words, as creators say, "You'll find me in-game," and have never even logged in past a couple of minutes to get enough footage to promote it as if it's their own life's blood. Or, more recently, as a PR spokesperson for Raid said publicly on Twitter, "We never pay content creators, they promote us because they like the game." That's a whole video in and of itself, the claim by Raid, one of the most prolific and aggressive sponsorship seekers on all of YouTube, that they never pay content creators for sponsorships. That's actually a big deal because FTC laws require disclosure by those same creators, so their cover is blown right off the bat, and their proposals and contracts are floating around everywhere, which then shows point for point.
There's the creator of Adam, not or whatever creator.
Words of promotion. Plarium Games, the producers of Raid, tried to clarify this statement later on by posting a Discord message screenshot, which was one of the least professional things I've seen in a very long time. They claimed that there was simply a moment of confusion, despite that confusion being nearly impossible to comprehend given the clarity of the thread where this all occurred. But regardless, the point is, Raid throws cash at creators to get viewers into their game, and it works. Before going further, side note, a quick shout out to commenter Kyle Bustos. He sent me down the path with his feedback and spurred the creation of this video. So, last video I just ripped on Raid Shadow Legends without diving deeper into why the game is...
I know there's a death fall down here. We'll come back here later.
The whole concept is randomization of rewards to fuel progression. There is no actual progression mechanic that can be reliably completed in a repeatable fashion. Instead, progression is tied to randomized champion unlocks, which are purchased in tiered packs with anything from in-game funds to actual
get like an ice cream or something.
Maybe. I mean, like, McDonald's, question mark? No.
Did you go with me?
Oh. I mean, sure, yeah, but look what I just found. It's Salem. In Fallout 4. This is so cool. Wait, wasn't it like the what? The Salem witchcraft trials went here or something, whatever?
Where?
The Salem witchcraft trials, whatever they were? I forgot what they were.
You picked the wrong day to tick me off.
Robot bird. I'll help him here in a few days or so.
Take that. It's gonna take a lot more than some big fish to scare me.
Another aspect to Raid is the aggressive advertising. There are invasive and obnoxious advertisements between menus that bombard the player constantly, and while the ability to play this game for free does certainly exist, the actual experience is quite clearly designed to elicit extensive and continued purchasing from users by leveraging slot machine-style randomization and Las Vegas-style advertising at every possible corner. Well, that comparison between Raid and Las Vegas is very deliberate here. Down we go into the wormhole of why Raid Shadow Legends is legitimately a games industry arm of the casino gambling industry, and why this game, more than almost any other in existence, exemplifies the now rampant infestation of gambling mechanics in video games. It all starts with Plarium Games, an Israeli game development company. Plarium Games is the creator behind Raid Shadow Legends, and Plarium Games was acquired by Aristocrat Leisure Limited in 2017 for a buyout price of $500 million. Aristocrat Leisure Limited is a casino gambling manufacturer specializing in slot machines that are shipped all over the world. It is, in fact, one of the largest casino game manufacturing companies on the planet, and as of 2017, was the full owner of Plarium Games, and thus, Raid Shadow Legends. A few notable quotes from a statement given by CEO of Aristocrat Trevor Crocker when speaking to GamesIndustry.biz read as follows: Aristocrat has continued to deliver significant growth and outstanding results in our digital social casino business. The acquisition of Plarium allows Aristocrat to expand our addressable market into logical adjacent segments in the fast-growing mobile gaming market.
Another glowing one on a raft.
Definable and direct link to actual gaming technology, which is now using Raid as a mechanism to expand their addressable market into logical adjacent segments in the fast-growing mobile gaming market. AKA, in layman's terms, get some mobile devs, make some gambling games disguised as actual products, market casino mechanics to a wider, unregulated audience, often underage, and rake in all the cash. It's pretty clear-cut. To go one step further, CEO of Aristocrat Trevor Crocker has now been appointed as chairman of the American Gaming Association. And the American Gaming Association is a gambling advocacy lobbying group which attempts to define further policy for the industry, which can spur growth and increase revenue. The CEO of a gambling company that specializes in slot machines will also now be the chairman of a gambling policy lobbying group which is in control of Plarium Games, who in turn is in control of Raid Shadow Legends. Hopefully the comparison between Las Vegas and Raid Shadow Legends is now beginning to make a lot more sense. From the aggressive, always in-your-face advertising to the integral core mechanics of the game itself, Raid is a mini digital casino with very few discrepancies. The thing is, the discrepancies that do exist are not a good thing. They are actually avoidances of key mitigatory factors which help curb the negative effects of actual gambling in the real world, and Raid has just managed to circumvent them. The largest and most immediate difference is cashing out. This is a fundamental component of casino gambling, at least the traditional kind, but also an avenue for profit fluctuation. The argument that Raid is not gambling because players cannot cash out their winnings is pretty much the cornerstone of their entire defense. However, if one cannot cash out, does that still eliminate the identity behind actions like spending real money on randomized rewards without knowing what you will receive, therefore gambling on certain outcomes that are better or worse? By removing this extra line of player capital, Raid
Damn it!
actually improves...
Come in! I know you're listening on the other end. Where is she? Where is my daughter?
Kenji, please. You've been at this for hours. Stop. You need...
What? Who are you? I'm sorry, but we don't have time for visitors or caravans or wherever you're from.
You were shouting about a missing daughter. What happened?
A good Samaritan? Fine. I'm out of options anyway, if you want to hear about it. My daughter is missing. It all started with this damn radio.
Our daughter Kasumi likes to fix things. The radio was her latest project.
Until she made contact with some kidnapper who lured her away from us.
Or maybe she left on her own. She's not a child anymore. Our daughter is 19. She knows how to survive, and she's capable. think maybe she left because she wanted her own life.
No, she would have told us where she was going. She would have said something. I know my daughter is in danger. I can feel it. Find her, please.
I'll find her. Don't you worry.
Thank you. Her room is upstairs if that helps. And if you had any more questions about her, just ask.
Project log, lamp. Yep, it's a lamp. Filament plus power equals light. I swear, sometimes I think my parents break these things just to keep me busy. Project log, radio. Correction, working radio. I'll finally get some news outside this house. My handle is going to be... let's go with... Ohm's Law.
Ohm's Law, that's an electrical...
The creeps. And if someone actually gets the reference, then we'll at least have circuitry in common.
I forgot what Ohm's Law exactly is. I think it's a thing for like resistance in circuits. Like, do you know what resistors are? Like, hold on. I have a little circuit board actually right here, don't I? Don't I have a little tiny little circuit board right here? No, I don't. Oh, never mind. Anyway, like, there's like these little things on circuit boards with stripes.
Project log, Radiation King Television. Mom says these things actually used to broadcast pictures and sounds back before the war. She also mentioned that some of the ruins of the television studios are still around if you head to the city. Of course, she wasn't too happy when I asked if we could make a trip out there. I'm getting off track. I managed to repair the vacuum tubes and got the power working again, but, well, it's not like there's any working signal for this thing to receive. I'm just going to start stripping this thing for parts moving forward.
Mr. Nakano.
Did you have questions? About my daughter?
I can investigate.
Why did your daughter really leave? Your wife says she left on her own, but you said it was kidnappers.
I know it was kidnappers. Kasumi is a smart girl, but she doesn't know how horrible people can be. Not like me and Ray. Why would she just leave her family with no explanation? Someone tricked her. Got her to leave the safety of home. Every minute we aren't looking for my daughter, her life is in jeopardy.
Anything more you can tell me about Kasumi? The smallest detail could be important.
I don't know what more to say. I never should have let her grandfather teach her how to fix these.
No more questions.
Work quickly, detective.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hey.
Lantern?
Project log. Holotape player. Managed to strip out the parts from this thing and make something that's easier to move around. Granddad always said you need to make a record when you start something. You know, in case you have to go back to it. So,
True.
I guess I'm going to start doing that. Maybe I should start with an inventory of all the parts I found?
Kasumi, your father needs help with the boat.
I'll be right there. Oh, dang. Was I recording that?
I do know, like, if you go out here. Find the hidden key within the frame. I like that. Wow.
Project log? Myself. I never really thought about who or what I am, but God. Where do I start? The radio. I was right about the range. I managed to get a signal, a strong signal from up north. There's a group of people up there.
Bar Harbor,
They say they're all
Maine.
synthetic people, made by the Institute. They're trying to build a place for their kind, where they can be themselves and be accepted for what they are alongside human beings. It sounds wonderful, but then they started asking about me, and some questions came up. Questions I don't have answers to. I mean, I've always felt off, like I'm not really supposed to be here, but then there are things in my childhood I can't remember, and I've been having strange dreams. I'm going to go to meet these synths. I have to know the truth about myself.
Mrs. Nakano.
They've told me to sail up north to a town
Mr.
called
Nakano.
Far Harbor.
Have you finished your investigation?
I can make my way.
Did you find anything?
I think I know where Kasumi went. A place called Far Harbor.
She went that far up north? God, that explains why she took the boat. There's no time to waste. You have to go after her.
Wait, did you find out why she left, Detective? Who she was speaking
Synths
to?
from Arcadia.
I know my daughter.
Uh-huh.
You're right, Detective.
Your daughter made contact with a group of synths. She thinks she's one of them.
What? That's crazy.
She's not a synth. She's our daughter. We raised her. I gave birth to her. She's flesh and blood, not a synthetic.
That's how synths work, Mrs. Nakano. They replace people. This could have happened recently.
I know my own daughter.
This is what I was afraid of. Someone twisting my daughter's mind.
Mm-hmm.
You have to get to Far Harbor. Take my ship on the dock. It has a guidance system.
I'll get to the bottom of it.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
4,391 caps. I'll be back soon. Right, this is actually technically the only working vehicle in the game. It's actually supposed to be Bar Harbor, but it wore out and said Far Harbor. This actually, yeah, it's a real place. Just search up Bar Harbor. This place is spooky. It's straight out of a Stephen King's novel. I think it's inspired off of something called The Mist. And yeah, again, you'll see why I'm putting my perks into that.
Jesus, ease up, Alan. Got visitors.
You actually want to meet at McDonald's?
I mean, sure.
Or are you gonna go with me?
Let's see. Yeah, sure.
Put the damn gun
wash my
down.
face.
Are you lost?
Contacts in, and then we'll go. Okay?
Eh.